Processed foods are convenient, they're cheaper, but what is the true cost of eating them? Dr. Brooke Goldner is an autoimmune disease reverse specialist joining us now live here in the studio. Welcome. Thanks for being here.
My pleasure, always.
And I want to make sure our viewers know you don't just talk the talk, you walk the walk. You reverse lupus, a very severe form of it, by eating healthier.
Yes, over 18 years ago now I've been lupus free, and I was diagnosed with it when I was 16, and I had kidney failure, I had joint pain, I had rashes, and I had to take chemotherapy for 2 years.
Embolism.
Well, not pulmonary. Actually, I was getting blood clots in my brain in medical school. So lupus was really, really serious. I was always that person who scared the doctors. Because when I came in, it was serious. And so I took a lot of medication that kept me alive, but I was very sick. And when I changed my diet over 18 years ago now, it went away, and I've done all the things I said I couldn't do. I'm healthy at 47. I'm healthy, whereas 16 I was dying.
Oh my goodness.
They gave me 6 months to live at 16, and I've been able to have children, and I don't have any health conditions. So that's how it became my mission, that I could do more to help people by changing their diet than even with the medications.
Let's get to some studies that are out about ultra processed foods and that they are actually killing us.
Oh, it's worse than people think.
What does ultra processed mean?
So ultra processed means that they took something that was once food and they took parts of it and they combined it with a lot of sugar, oil, preservatives, things that give it a long shelf life. And what happens is it becomes flavor enhanced, extra tasty, extra convenient, right? Because it doesn't go bad. But what they've also found is extra deadly. And these studies are showing that it takes very little to create terrible, terrible effects. So the first study we're looking at was a meta-analysis of 45 studies done over almost 10 million people. Big survey. And what they found is one serving a day actually caused an increase in death from heart disease of 50%, 50. Increased rates of anxiety, 53%, and increased risk of dying early from anything, diabetes, anything, by 20%. That's one serving. Do you know, so that's 10% of our calories. Do you know the average American has 58% of their calories from ultra-processed foods? And that's the average American adult. What do you think about kids? Worse or better?
I think probably worse.
Yeah, 66% or more of their calories coming from that. And these are causing the diseases that are killing us. And we are seeing kids nowadays with these diseases that they didn't used to have 20 years ago.
Okay, let's talk about what we do about it. We're looking at the health risks there, and the list is long. I mean, you think about dementia, these chronic diseases, cancer. What do we do about it? What is the replacement?
Well, what you want to do, first of all, is make sure the majority of the food you eat is actually the fresh stuff. They found in a dementia trial, which was on 10,000 people, showed that if the majority of people's diet came from fresh fruits and vegetables and unprocessed, the correlation between dementia and processed foods went away. So make it something you do sometimes, rather than something you do all the time, right? Stop drinking the soda and drink the water, right? That we need to start replacing it. And you know, it could be simple too. You want fast food? Fruit. It comes in its own wrapper. You know, it's something easy you can do. So it really, we need to acknowledge that it's addictive, it's highly available, it's in schools, it's in hospitals. We've got to do something about it and make sure that we're eating more fresh foods.
Well, it can be hard to come up with recipes to make a meal. I think it's easier to snack, especially if you're doing raw, than it is to make a meal. You have a new cookbook that you've worked on with your patients, so they're tried and true?
Yeah, so my new recipe book is called Goodbye Lupus, Hello Delicious. And Goodbye Lupus is my story, but the recipes contributed there either came from myself or from my clients around the world who have reversed their diseases using this. Lupus, Sjogren's, rheumatoid arthritis, multiple sclerosis, diabetes, high blood pressure, and more. And they're simple, but they come from raw foods. You can make raw lasagna, raw sushi rice, and even candy, and they often have 5 ingredients.
Nice
very
and easy.
Simple, and they're delicious.
Okay, we need to make some changes, it sounds like, if we want to live a long, healthy, fruitful life. Dr. Goldner, thanks for being here. I'm so happy you're sharing your story with us.
Always a pleasure. Thank you for having me back.